The Adventures of Alley-Oop. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, in just a moment you are to hear the very first radio performance of a thrilling new play. The scene is the children's playroom in the home of Mr. and Mrs. Laurel. Now, Jerry Laurel is exactly the kind of boy you hoped he'd be. And as for Janet, his sister, well, did you ever hear of a lovelier name for a girl than that? Janet Laurel. You can see how nice she is. Her age is, let's see, what is the most delightful age for a little girl? Well, now you know how old Janet is. And her brother Jerry is a year older. Then there's Waddles. He's a duck. And he wears a cute round red cap on one side of his head and red pants. And being made out of wood or something, it's hard to say how old he is. Finally, there's Alley-Oop. He's almost as big as Jerry, but then that may not be very big. Now, here's a strange thing about Alley-Oop. Wait, no, we're not going to tell you one thing more. You listen and see. Now, there's no law against anyone listening to this play. You don't have to be just a certain age, but your heart had better be warm, and your mind's clean, and there ought to be something way down deep inside you that believes in ever so many things that people say aren't so and couldn't be. Now, what do you say? Shall we begin? All right. Now, open those gates and let them come in. Janet and Jerry, riding on an elephant. Alley-Oop the clown, with Waddles the duck, waddling after. And by the way, let's have a fanfare of trumpets. Alley-Oop with the curtain. Let the play begin. Alley-Oop.
Stop playing with that electric train, Jerry. It is so disturbing.
Well, Janet, why don't you put the book down and come and play with me? I'll let you run the switch.
Can't you see I'm reading, Jerry?
Well, if you take my advice, you'd stop filling your head with all those impossible stories, Janet.
Why, you talk just as if you were a very old person, giving me advice, the very idea.
Well, I am old. That is, pretty old.
Well, I'm almost as old as you are. Anyway, Mother says I'm old for my age. And besides, Jerry, these stories are much more interesting than running a train round and round on a track.
Yeah, it's just like a woman to be satisfied to bury her nose in an old book. Trains are something a man can play with. Those books are all romance, Janet.
Why, Jerry, you're using words you don't know the meaning of.
Who says I don't?
Well, Bernice says so for one.
Yes, but what does Bernice know about it?
She's our governess, and she knows everything.
I bet she doesn't know anything about trains. I like trains, and I like boats. I bet you don't know why either, Janet.
Well, why?
Oh, they go places, that's why.
Don't be incredulous.
There, Janet. Now, I caught you using the wrong word your own self.
Well, I know what it means. It means foolish.
All right. I didn't think you did know. Well, I'm not incredulous. What's incredulous about a train or a boat?
Oh, not a real train or a real boat. But you know perfectly well, Jerry, your train and your boat are just make-believe.
Well, I suppose you're right. That's the trouble with our life. It just goes around and around and around and it never goes anywhere. Janet, I get frightfully bored at times.
Why, Jerry, how you talk. You got that idea from hearing Daddy or Mother or some grown-up person say it.
I suppose you think I couldn't have an idea all by myself.
Now, don't be impossible, Jerry. If you get a book yourself and sit quietly, as Bernice tells us we should do every day, you wouldn't be bored.
Women just don't appreciate how we men want action and adventure.
We men? Why, Jerry, you're only a boy. And anyway, look, you can get adventure. That's this word right here, isn't it? See, on the cover of this book, you can read all about adventure right here.
I can see very plainly that no girl can understand the way persons like me think. A person like me wants to go places and be a hero.
Now you're just being incredulous again.
Oh, I just thought of the right word. It isn't incredulous. It's ridiculous. That's what you mean.
It's not polite to correct people in company.
In company? Now, you're being ridiculous. We're not in company. We're alone.
Yes, but if you do it now, you might do it when people are around.
Well, I won't do it when people are around. There's nobody here but you and me and Waddles and Alley-oop. But they can't hear. Oh, I wish they could. But that's another one of life's disappointments. A clown and a duck to play with. But Alley-oop just sits there in that chair where I put him yesterday, and he'll sit there for ever so much longer if I didn't move him. I'd like a clown that could talk and walk and turn flip-flops.
You're always wishing for something, Jerry. Bernice says that's no way to be happy. We should be contented with what we have. Those were her very words.
Well, I bet you if Alley-oop could talk, he'd say just what I say, that he's bored with it all.
Now, Jerry, you don't know that. You're just making it up. I suppose the next thing you'll say is that Waddles the duck is bored, too.
Wouldn't you be bored if you were a duck, if you were made out of wood and painted? And here's another thing, Janet. If you were really a duck, you'd want water to swim in, wouldn't you? Now answer me that.
I don't understand why a boy can't sit down and be quiet just like a girl can. You're the most restless boy I've ever known.
That doesn't mean anything, because you've never known any other boy except me. And you wouldn't have known me if I hadn't been your brother.
When Bernice returns, I shall have to tell her you've been perfectly impossible, Jerry. And Mother's always said you're a very restless person. And, of course, Mother is always right. You know that yourself.
Oh, I'm even tired of this music box with its one tune. Don't you understand, Janet, what I mean? That everything does just the same thing and never changes. Everything in this playroom. The train goes round and round, but it never goes straight ahead. Waddles the duck, he won't move unless we move him. Alley-oop looks nice, but what good is he? He can't talk, he can't move, he can't hear, and I don't believe he can think either.
You shouldn't say that about him, because you know very well, Jerry, he's always been very dear to you and to me, too.
How can Alley-oop think if his head is made of wood? Everybody knows those red spots on his cheeks and his eyebrows and his eyes and his mouth are just painted on. And if he took that yellow suit with the red stripes
Don't
off...
look at it that way, Jerry, or you will have it off. And then Daddy will have to get it fixed for you. You're always breaking your toys.
Why, feel. Just feel of that. You know perfectly well it's nothing but wood and cloth and sawdust inside. No, Alley-oop can't think.
Well, how do you know he can't think when he can't talk? A dog must think, but he doesn't talk.
That has nothing to do with this subject.
Jerry, would you please come and sit down here and read my book out loud to me?
Oh, you know I've read all those stories over and over again.
You haven't read about the 7 golden moons. Not lately, you haven't. I think that's the best story in the book.
Yes, I like that myself. That about the 7th son and the 7th son who rode on a silver chariot through the enchanted valley where diamonds grew on trees. And he came to the place with 7 golden moons. Oh, well, it's a beautiful story. But why can't we have things like that in real life?
Oh, please don't be noisy, Jerry.
Turn the music box upside down, and then you will hear the music from the Valley of the 7 Golden Moons.
Oh! Janet, did you hear that?
Yes, what was it?
I don't know. Somebody spoke. I know it, right in this room,
It
too.
couldn't be. There isn't anyone in this room except
Do we imagine it? I'll try this music box again.
maybe it came out of there.
I said turn the music box upside down. You'll hear some good music.
Jerry, I'm frightened to death.
Listen to that. It's coming from the music box. Do you hear that music?
It's heavenly.
Kind of scares a person, though.
Oh, I'm not scared. It's so sweet.
What does it? I don't know. It must be some kind of magic, Janet. That's what I think. I like it, though. But who do you suppose it was that spoke? It was somebody in the music box. Well, I'm not so sure. It didn't seem to come from there.
Hush, Jerry. Let's just listen.
At the dance of the little Dutch dollies, everyone's gay and everyone's jolly. Hear them stomping down the hall, and still they're coming through the wall. From far and wide, the countryside is pouring in with a hurried stride. Jack and Jill from o'er the hills, still looking for another thrill. Little Jack Horner with his fun find Jack's breath, and his fat wife nearby, Mother Goose, and her kid loose. From storybooks they come to look. They're gathered here, everybody knows, in all their Sunday best. Oh, fancy laces, frills, and falls at the dance of the little Dutch doll. And now comes the march, dogs, different starts, all in line, faces shine, speeches shine, hearts in line, live on parade, each boy and maid, strike the step, each step, take a head, where they led, see how the tin soldiers part in the right parade. Shoulder to shoulder, these dollies on dress parade. Oh, here they come with rolling drums. Now they pass, glad and laugh, each one.
Janet, you heard that music, didn't you?
Of course I did. It was beautiful.
Where did it come from?
From the music box. Shake it again. Oh, that's beautiful.
So what makes it?
I made it! I, Alley-oop, seventh son of the seventh son from the valley of the seven golden moons.
Again, you said that.
Myself.
Here, Alley-oop the clown's moving his head. It was Alley-oop that said it.
Be sure to listen to the next adventure of Jerry, Janet, Alley-oop, and Waddles over this station. This is an Earnshaw Morgan production.